Now let's fucking review this. Um, let's see. He's a pack rat. He hopes to sell them, and he meant to use them for blackmail. And all three check out yes. The latest Trump tell-all book is the New York Times reporter Maggie Haberman's Confidence Man, The Making of Donald Trump and the Breaking of America, and it's to be published next week. An article adapted from the book appeared in the Atlantic over the weekend, dropping at least one major hint at the answer to one of the great questions hovering over the former squatter since the FBI executed that search warrant at his crappy Mar-a-Lago home early in August. Why did Donald Trump take all those classified documents from the White House? Speculation so far basically boils down to three main possibilities. The first is that Trump is a hoarder who can't throw away anything. He just throws stuff into boxes with the idea that he'll get back to it later, and that he never fucking does. So they just taped up the boxes and sent them off to Mar-a-Lago without even looking at the contents. Now this sounds like a reasonable guess, but I think it's full of shit. But Trump had no idea how to do the job of a squatter. Throwing stuff in the boxes for later is exactly how someone who is in way over their fucking head might deal with his inability to understand whatever he's looking at the moment. Adding in random unrelated items, golf balls, newspaper clippings, knickknacks, and would be an accurate reflection of his chaotic fucking mind. The second speculation is that he took the items with the intent of selling them to someone somewhere down the fucking line. Now, considering that Trump considers himself the greatest deal maker the world has ever known, this is a plausible explanation because he's actually the worst. It's hard to imagine that he would sell classified intelligence to an adversary outright. It's not out of the fucking question that he might have a thought that they'd be worth hanging on to as a sweetener in some future transaction. Now, the last speculation is that the one that seems most likely, considering his known penchant for blackmailing people. Haberman's piece in the Atlantic focuses on three interventions that she had with Trump after he had left office before the Mar-a-Lago speech. Basically Mar-a-Lago search. Now, in one of them, she asked about his promise to declassify and release the text between former FBI employees Peter Strzok and Lisa Page on the night before Biden's inauguration, which he had not done. He told Haberman that Mark Meadows, his former chief of staff, had the text in his possession and offered to put her in touch with him. Now, Trump's last-ditch promise to release the Strzok and Page material wasn't the first or last time that he or one of his associates have suggested that he planned to publicly dump a load of classified documents pertaining to the Russian investigation. Impeachment and various other intelligence secrets that the very stable genius believed that the world should see, even though Trump is anything but stable or a genius. He's a fucking moron. Now, from last May through August, as the FBI investigation into Trump's theft of government documents was heating up, his top lieutenant in this matter, Kash Patel, who's a former White House aide and acting Pentagon official in the waning days of the Trump administration, was telling anyone who would fucking listen to his lies that Trump planned to release a huge cache of classified information to the public. Now, Kash Patel claimed that in October of 2020, Trump had issued a sweeping declassification order for every Russiagate document and every single Hillary Clinton document, which he did not. And then on the way out of the White House door, he had issued further declassification orders, declassifying wholesale documents, which he did not. Patel had been selected as Trump's personal envoy to the National Archives, and the state said in those interviews that he would obtain the alleged declassified documents from the archives and then release them. He didn't say that Trump had a bunch of classified documents in his desk or in corporate boxes at Mar-a-Lago, but in these interviews, Kash Patel sent a clear, ambiguous threat that sooner or later Trump was going to release government secrets that he claimed that he had declassified, which he did not, whether it was through normal means or his special squatter-old Jedi powers. Now, Trump's former lawyer, Michael Cohen, who was right on the money when he told the House Oversight Committee that Trump would never leave office peacefully, and was asked last August what he thought about all this. Basically, Cohen said that Trump thinks he's going to use this as his get out of jail free card. It's Trump's way to extort America and turn around and say, if you fucking throw me in jail, if you go after me, he'll even say his children, I will have my loyal sycophants who do not know who have copies of information. Again, this is my conjecture that I would take these documents. I don't know if Trump would really go that far, but I could easily see how Trump might believe that having those documents in his possession gave him an advantage in dealing with the possible prosecution. Now think about how this fucking idiot operates. He tried to extort false information on Joe Biden from the president of a foreign country. He reportedly devoured intelligence briefings about his foreign counterparts, especially to get leverage over allies he did not like, such as French President Emmanuel Macron. Documents relating to Macron's personal life were reportedly seized by the FBI. Now, according to Andrea Bernstein of ProPublica, this goes way back. Basically, Andrea Bernstein has covered Trump and his failed businesses for decades, and people around him have told me over and over again that Trump knows the value of hoarding sensitive secret information and wielding it regularly and precisely for his own end. People's gambling and hotel habits can be valuable. Top secret intelligence has the potential to be even more so. It's very likely that Trump took classified documents he thought would be valuable as leverage against specific individuals. The reported Macron documents certainly might fall into this category, but it also seems to me that his claims that metals had custody of destruct age text and Kosh Patel's well talk about Trump declassifying a huge pile of documents which he never did, with the intention of releasing them, also serves as a form of blackmail against the U.S. government. After all, until recently, the FBI and other executive agencies had no idea that what documents Trump might have, and obviously couldn't be sure that he hadn't already given them to someone else. As squatter, he had access to everything, and he clearly has no sense of responsibility for national security. Now, Trump's weird message to Merrick Garland in the final days after the days after the Mar-a-Lago raid sounds even more sinister than what we had seen in the whole different light. The former squatter Trump wants the Attorney General to know that he has been hearing from people all over the world about the raid. If there was one word to describe their mood, it's angry. They're not angry; they're happy that you got raided. The heat is building up. No, not really. The pressure is building up. Yeah, the pressure on your crimes is building up. But whatever I can do to take the heat down, to bring the pressure down, just let me know. We all assumed that he was talking about his rabid following getting violent, which certainly seems like a possibility. But what could Michael Cohen be right? Could Michael Cohen be right once again? Was that a threat to release national security secrets of Garland and the FBI didn't fucking back off? So yeah. So if you like the video, you can get the video, like, and subscribe to my channel, RBW King. You can also hit the notification bell so that you've been notified when a new video comes out. If you want to support my work even further, you can donate to my Patreon link, which you can find in the About section of YouTube. And for just a little, as a few bucks a month, your donation can help go a long way, and thanks for listening.